Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm not really sure why I'm out so early this morning at all. I'm just kidding. I do know. First thing is I want to be at the spot by sunrise. That gray light is usually a good time for bites. Fish are out early in the morning looking for something to eat, even before we can see. As the gray light starts coming in, they just get active for some reason based on what I've seen. It's those transitions from dark to light or light to dark that are very, very high activity times for fish. With my experience, or in my experience, and I'm specifically talking about striper. So we might get one, but we might strike out, but also we might be able to get some perch too. So we'll see. No e-bike today. Conditions wise, we are looking at like 100 wave power today, 0 wind all day. There's a full moon coming up, and other than that, I got a 135 jetty tied on, and we're gonna start making casts in the dark. And then as the light comes up, you'll be able to see a little bit better. But if we hook up in the morning early, this headlamp will come into play, I guess. But we're gonna start working the beach. High tide today is at 10:19 in the morning. It's gonna be a pretty high tide. Again, wave power's around the 100 mark, so it's not any danger of sweeper waves. And what else? Let's just see what we can catch today. Hopefully there's not a lot of seaweed in the water. I see a bunch of seaweed on the ground. Hopefully it's not that bad in the water. It's kind of eerie being out here alone on the beach at night. I just don't want to stumble across a sea lion or something, or any other wild animal on the beach. Guess one of the safest places in the water, I guess. Let's turn off this headlamp just to see what it looks like. Ooh, yeah, it's dark, but I could actually see a little bit better, believe it or not, without it farther out. So screw it, let's start making casts. A little bit of a lip right here. I'm basically using my lure as my eyes. I really can't tell depth right now. I guess this looks like a cut in front of me. I'm just glad I don't have to be worried about sweeper waves, because that would be a recipe for disaster. Not being able to see and having a wave rush up the beach and have the ability to sweep you off your feet. Not down for that. So far, no seaweed. That's great. Lure looks fine. Woo, big old sand crab. Guess that's a good sign. Today's tide is actually a really big swing. It goes up fast and down fast, so it's pretty crucial to find a good school of perch before peak high tide. At least be on them towards the last hour or so of incoming tide. That way the hole just keeps getting better and we're just able to capitalize. So we'll see. It's a pretty good swing today. Here's that gray light. Now I'm able to make out what's going on around me on the beach and in the water. I swear, fishing this early does pay off sometimes, I promise. This is looking good though. I actually chose not to bring my e-bike today because I wanted to do more dissecting of the water. When I'm on my e-bike, I jump from hole to hole to hole and not really give a chance to the spots in between. And when the bait fish are in, sometimes you find magic in the troughs. They're not the highest probability, but when fish are feeding and really trying to store up reserves for later in the season, they're gonna put themselves in some skinny water sometimes. So I'm gonna definitely cover a lot of pockets, make casts in places I don't normally make casts today. We'll see what happens. Oh, there's a biter. Hit the jetty. Feels like a perch. Feels good. Stay on. Yeah, it's a perch. First fish of the day, hit a massive lure. Hit the jetty 135. It's a good looking fish. Big lure, small fish. I normally toss back the first fish that I catch. Why change it up now? Well, not always, but all right, bud. Now that the light's on, I can turn off my headlamp, I think. So yeah, first one at the edge of the sandbar in this cut. Pretty standard. But I want that big bite. Let's try and find it. As the sun rises, I'm gonna start dropping down to a lower size just to entice some more bites. But That was an ambitious perch. I guess we'll keep working this area. It is actually right in front of the cut. But I'm gonna work my way to the edge of the cut to where it meets the sandbar. Oh, there's another biter. Oh. Huh. Came off, shook loose. I might switch to that smaller profile right now, as a matter of fact. I might. Let's see. Give the jetty a few more casts since I got bit right now. But it isn't really the species that I'm quite looking for. I do like the wave action here. It's kind of a rip current pulling away from the beach, which lets you work your lure really well. The action of these lures is created when you either pull on it or the water is pulling on the lip, and it makes that lure wobble. Edge of the cut right here. Very promising. You can see no wave breaks to my right, and then you got the sandbar on my left pushing the water up. Ooh, it looks like we have a marine layer. It's gonna stay gray light a little longer. If the skies were clear, we'd already be a lot brighter. I like it. But let's go ahead and swap over back to the Gyoto 110. These fish shouldn't be far. That's part of why I was throwing the jetty, was because I wanted that long cast. But if these fish are really feeding, they won't be that far. Oh. Big bait, small problems. Another little bite. Oh, there's a bite. Taking a little drag. Guess these fish don't really care about the big bait, man. Jetty, 135. That's like a whole 5-inch bait. By the way, I figured out a way to put a rod holder on my backpack now. Previous episode, somebody did comment, hey, you should get one of those rod holders. I've had this thing. This one is from Edge Concepts. He's a friend of mine, and he made it out of Kydex. So I put it on the waist strap of my backpack, and it's working pretty well. All right, no more releasing fish. My dad's gonna get mad when he sees this video. Well, no more releasing perfectly good perch. Oh, there's another one. That one feels better. Very next cast. I don't know how good I have them hooked. Whatever it is, it's pumping. Oh yeah, it's another perch. Another perch on the Jetty 135. Jeez, it's a good one too. That's funny. Look how he ate that thing too. That's gotta be a size 2 hook too on this thing. It's big. Either 2 or 4, but look how he ate it. That's pretty ridiculous. You can't get him to eat it any better, I don't think. So Leroy actually came out here the other day and he said he caught a perch that actually had an anchovy in its belly, which, like, all the time I've been cleaning fish, I haven't really seen whole bait fish like that. But just to hear that that's happening now, the bait's actually coming in close. So throw the plug, throw the plug. A lot of birds, look at that. They are swarming. I don't even know if I can cast without hitting one. Keep it low. Oh gosh, right in them. Shoot. All right. Huh. Some Alfred Hitchcock stuff right there. It's a good sign. Can I get lucky with a striper, please? Oh, that's a good bite. Ah, he came off, come on. Not too far, but that was a perch for sure. That was another perch. I'll just keep staying in this area. I don't really need to cover more water anymore. I'm gonna bank on this spot. There, oh, another bite. And it's not unusual to find striper and perch really close together. Gosh, 3 bites in a row. It's just, I'm throwing a bigger bait again and the hooks are really big. It's gonna take a big perch to eat this. So I'm guessing those are 10, 11 inches just to make myself feel better that I'm missing these fish. I could always downsize and have a good shot at them. I might do that pretty soon. All right, last cast with this and I'll switch to like the Battle Star or something. 115. Still have a shot at striper and still be able to catch those perch. Might as well. But this Jetty is almost, I think it's a full ounce in terms of weight. So I'm able to bomb this thing really far. But a lot of the bites are coming close, but who knows, the striper might bite far. Or they could be as close as the perch, who knows. Three bites and 1 cast on this Jetty. Crazy. There. Must have got this guy a little sideways. Oh, it's kind of heavy. Sideways perch? No. Maybe. I could see it gliding right there. Yeah, sideways perch. Hooks on the jetty, swung around and got him on the top. That's what happens. They'll bite the back treble, swim away, and the middle trebles come and get it. Oh yeah, he ate it really good. Jeez. Well, talk about big fish, big bait. I mean, big bait, big fish. Look at that whole treble in its mouth. Incredible. Yeah, that's probably a 15-incher right there. My last video, I caught a 16 and a half. And as usual, my dad's the first person to watch the videos. And I go to his house and ask him if he saw it. He's all, I did. Well, why do you release the big one? I don't know, Dad. I don't know why I release big ones sometimes. But for you, I'll keep this one. I'll keep this one for you, Dad. That's a big perch. Let's just get a rough, dirty measurement on the perch pouch. Yeah, that's a 15-incher. All right. Keeper 15 on the Jetty 135. Can't even get my hand around it. Big bait, big fish. Oh, that's a bite. That's a good one. And that one hit pretty far out. Not really close. So I guess that is a huge benefit, is the ability to bomb your cast and get your lure in striking depth before you're in the zone where all these fish are. Just keep it tight. That was a good hit. Good hit for a small guy. It's probably a 12 or 13-inch fish. Grab the middle treble. Not the biggest, but that was a great fight. Or a great bite. Oh, another one. Man, they are hitting this thing. Smashing the jetty. Again, the reason I'm throwing this thing is because I'm really trying to go for the bigger bite and find a striped bass. But these perch do not find this thing unattractive. Getting bit on almost every cast with this thing. But the hot zone definitely seems like it's about 20 yards out. If I can get 25 to 30 yards on a cast out here, I'm passing over that sweet zone at depth. If I land right on top of it, I'm not gonna get it to swim right past them. So like a 35 yard cast is pretty much the sweet zone here. Having that additional weight definitely helps. bit by a smaller fish right there. So that's good. Weeding through all the really tiny guys. Oh, a lot of misses. I'm probably like at a 50% hookup ratio, and part of that's probably because it's smaller fish. One thing I haven't talked about in these episodes in a while is timing your cast. You want to time your cast to where it lands behind the wave. And if a wave catches up to your lure, go ahead and try pausing it, let the wave pass, and then continue your retrieve after that wave has passed over your bait. Because that's normally where these fish are. Once the wave crashes, they come right behind and try to eat anything that either gets dislodged or might be swimming around, might get a little disoriented by the foam and the crashing waves. So they'll come from behind and hit it, but it also maximizes your retrieve. Make sure your lure lands right behind the farthest wave you can cast to. 7:51. It's about 2 hours until high tide. 2 hours and 20 minutes or so. All incoming. Oh, right behind the wave. See? Don't want to get in front of the wave, because that's when you start losing contact with your bait and kind of have to rush it in, not getting the most out of your retrieve. Oh, not sure how that happened. Swiped at it. Small guy. We'll see you later. Let's see if I can actually get a limit on this jetty. A limit of perch on a big bait. I mean, let's count the ones that I throw back as well. So that was 3 that I threw back, and I think I have 2 so far. So I'm at 5 fish landed on this jetty. 5 perch. Oh, there you go. Might be number 6. It's funny because Adam from Die Hard Fishing, he has an episode where he's throwing the Jetty 135, and he threw it because it was his only jerk bait. He caught a bunch of striper on it, and he still said it wouldn't be his first choice. Shout out to Adam. He's got a great channel. But yeah, I sent him one, a Jetty 135, and he wasn't expecting to see a crazy striper blitz. I'll leave that video linked below so you can check it out after this. But he had a heck of a day. He saw birds diving and immediately looked for his only jerkbait in his car, and luckily he never pulled the one out of the car that I sent him. But check out that episode. Oh, there's a biter. This one ate in close. Oh, came right off. Don't force them, Edward. Don't force them. If it was a larger fish, I'd definitely play it more. I was just trying to get him in so I can cast again. But I think this is probably the best bite of the fall season so far for me. It's pretty good. Other times, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoo, that was scary. So much for low wave power. But yeah, my previous trips out this season haven't been this great of a bite, so I like it. Even if I'm not hooking up to striped bass. This just goes to show you can catch small fish on big baits too. But that's especially true in the fall for these surf perch. Oh, there's a biter. This one's got some good head shakes. Play this guy a little bit better. Try not to rush this guy. Keep the head in the water. Oh yeah. That's a nice larger medium. I keep having the habit of putting the rod in between my legs, but I gotta keep remembering I actually have a rod holder. If you guys are interested in one, Nelson makes them. He's on Instagram, Edge Concepts. I'll leave that below too. He makes a bunch of cool Kydex stuff. If you guys are 2A people, he makes sheets for your pews. And he actually made me a really nice knife sheath for one of my chef's knives. So shout out to Nelson. Some quality stuff, brother. I'm gonna have to empty this pouch soon. That 15-incher alone is probably 2 pounds in there. Let's catch one more fish and then empty out the perch pouch. Well, this spot kind of dried out. The tide is coming up. What used to be sandbars are now a bit higher or lower in the water now. So I'm gonna make a move away from this cut. There's another sandbar right here. I'm gonna try fishing this white water up ahead right here. It's a nice open cut now. Earlier there was structure, but we'll move a little bit. Start making our way to this sandbar. Well, I guess now that my fish in my pouch have bled out, I might as well empty it. It is starting to be a little bit more weight than I'd like. It's not a lot of fish, but they're heavy. Well, while we're here too, let's get an official measurement on the big one. Unlock. There's the last fish. So I got four in here, but let's take a look at that bigger one. Oh, just shy. Just shy. Just almost touches the 5, the 15. Almost. Probably a 1/10 of an inch shy of that 15-inch mark. That's awesome though. I'll take it. Drop that in my bag with the ice. And by ice, I mean water bottles frozen. Allows me to drink them while they melt, nice and cool. This looks like a good transition point right here. You got the sandbar meeting the cut. Oh, right there. Right behind that wave break. Looks like another keeper. I mean, look at this. That bait is probably 2/3 the length of the fish. Can't resist. Ooh, on the pause. I let that one sit. Like as soon as I feel good wobble, I'll let it pause, and that's when a lot of these fish will hit it. Even the tiny ones like this. Maybe they're chasing it and it abruptly stops and they just run into it. But no, this one did get it in the mouth. Right there. Little small, but I'm pretty sure I'm at my limit. Like if I kept every fish that I had, I mean, I put 4 in my bag, 4 or 6, 4? I think it was 4. Caught a couple more that well, one more that's in my pouch, so that's 5. And then that was 6, and I released 3 others. So yeah, I've caught a limit's worth of perch on the Jetty 135. That's pretty darn good. This is what fall fishing is all about right here. Fish that want to eat bait fish. If I had been throwing a smaller bait like the Battlestar 115 or the IMA 110, I easily could have doubled the numbers, and it is only 8:30. Could have had my limits before 8, I think. But that's no fun. Fish for less than an hour and leave? Nope. Nope. Can't do that. There's a biter. So yeah, I went ahead and I switched back, well, not back, but since I caught over 10 fish on the Jetty and I was missing a bunch, I decided to go ahead and throw on the Yoda 110. And I think that proves my theory earlier that the smaller fish are in there trying to get the bigger bait, and it's not working. Come on, I'm looking for something big. So right now I got that 15-incher. Can we top it off with another species? That's really what I'm hoping for. Striper or possibly halibut. I did get a legal one last time. In case you missed that last episode, I got a legal halibut on this, the 110. But I couldn't get myself to keep it. It's probably 2.5 or 22 to 23 incher. I have a bunch of halibut meat in my freezer, so I didn't need him. But it's fun to catch. The tricky part about halibut is they can pull drag in inches of water just because they're so flat. But my hopes aren't super high for halibut just because the incoming tide is so steep. It's a pretty big swing. Oh, there's a biter. Yeah, definitely a bunch of smaller grade that were attacking the big bait. But actually this one's decent. I think we'll go ahead and keep this one. Got him on the hard part of the lip. There you go. There's this lip right here. It's basically a drop off right about 10 yards in front of me. And that's where that fish came. Not even in the foamy water. So these fish are really bold and aggressive. Normally, you'll find them really stacked in the foam. There you go. That looks more like it. There is a biter. Small guy. Jerk, jerk, pause. Deadly. This one feels pretty good. Maybe not. Going to the smaller bait definitely is producing a lot more fish. Just those smaller hooks are easier to eat. Whoa. That's not sketchy. So much for low chances of sneaker waves. Look how steep the beach is right here too. Contour has changed. This is definitely stripery. I'm basically leaving fish to find fish. That's what I'm doing right now. I got some time before peak high tide, so let's just cover a little bit more water, see what we can get ourselves into. Oh. Ocean's a little turned up right here. That could be a good thing. Water's clear everywhere else, but it's turned up right there. Let's see if there's any fish nearby. Looking to take advantage of any dislodged sand crabs or using it to their advantage to ambush some unsuspecting anchovies. Yep, oh, I just got a hit. That's another thing to look out for is turned up sand. See how this wave's churning up a lot of sand, pretty cloudy all the way out, so I'm gonna fish around it a little bit. There's one. Right in this trough right here. Oh, got him in the belly. Small one though. It's just a hair smaller than I want to keep. But right before I got that fish, I missed a bite before it that felt good too. But yeah, the wave energy is pretty low, but that's why they call sweeper waves, because sometimes you will have one come way up the beach like earlier. But you could just tell not that much current pushing up the beach. Not that much wave power at all. There you go. Right where the structure gets good. Meh. Another one of them smaller ones. Oh, dude, that was so close. I was like within 3 yards from shore, right at the break. Like seriously, right there. Probably in like 2 or 3 feet of water. Very next cast, let's see, can we do it again? I did miss one right now. There you go. No real giants though. They're all kind of this medium. Well, I guess I better start keeping some though. How many I got in my pouch right now? 2, 3. So I'm at 7 keepers. If I keep this guy. Three more. Oh, that was a good hit. Popped off. Ooh. Oh. I lost connection with my lure for a second, and then when I wound up the slack, I had one on. This would be number 8. I got him in the eye, so I'm gonna keep him. Wanted a good look at it. So I don't know, this is about the size I'm catching in this hole. There's a lot of them in there. I'm getting bit on every cast, so I'm gonna scoot a little bit more to the left and see if there's any bigger models adjacent to this pocket here. A lot of smaller ones eating the jerkbait today. That 115-incher was kind of a fluke based on fish like this. Yeah, another one where it's about just a third bigger or longer than the jerkbait. There's a fish. That one feels better. Not by a lot, but it feels better. I had a bunch of misses right there. Last few casts. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Went for that middle treble, and that got dislodged and got him in the chest. But that's a keeper right there. This whole stretch looks actually pretty good. Look at all that structure. And then no structure over there. Structure, no structure. I think it's time for a quick water break. Might as well get a count too. See how many more I need to fill out this limit. But yeah, I'm probably at pushing 20 fish now. But of course I let most of them go. Let's find out. So there are 4 in that bag, plus however many are in this pouch. So let's see, so 4 in the bag, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Holy crap, I need one more for the limit. One more. And I know I've released probably another 9 or 10 or something. But let's get some water. Drink my ice. One more bottle in there. I usually do two frozen bottles of water. Not a really hot day either. All right, these guys in the bottom. And let's fish some more. Try to find one good one to end the day on. There's one. One in pretty close. Lost contact with it for a second in that wave break. Oh, that's a decent one. Ate the middle treble. Question is this the one we're looking for? I think I can catch something a little bigger than that. All right, go back. Question is, how much farther down do I want to go in search of this one larger fish? Maybe just that next sandbar over. Because as you can see, the wave power keeps decreasing and these waves aren't really breaking like they were earlier. $9:54. About 20 minutes until peak high tide. I'm gonna start heading back and hopefully I can get that one last fish or a surprise striped bass. I want it so bad, but you can't pick and choose what eats your lure. You can only put yourself in the best position possible. Oh, that caught me by surprise. Coming in. He just fought a little bit better than he actually is. Yeah, I think I could still find one better. This could be limits, but let's keep trying. I really should keep the next one. Just because high tide's in like 15 minutes. Once it swings, it's a sharp downfall, and I don't know if I can sustain a good bite like this. At a certain point, I might get stuck keeping like a 10-incher. Or just leaving with 9. There's one. This could be it. Could be the one. It's feeling like it. I definitely still want to try for that striper though, even if I keep this one. Yeah, attack the middle treble. That is the limit fish right there. Now, from here on out, every perch I catch, I'm gonna release. But I'm gonna try for that striped bass on my way out. I'm just gonna walk cast till I'm done. It's a good day when you lose count of how many perch you caught on jerk baits. Today, I started with this in the dark. This one's the Jetty 135. I got a bunch of hits on it. Hooks are just a little too big for the smaller perch, but I was really trying hard to get that striped bass. I got here, as you saw, super early. I had to come out with headlamps or a headlamp and try to find a striper. I know they're in here. Maybe it'll come a little bit later in the season as more bait fish come in close, but I have heard of people around here getting them. I had a buddy get one last night that was 30 inches, so it might actually be an evening bite going into dark. And then I swapped to the 110, the medium diving Gyoto 110 by Ima. And of course the hooks are a little bit smaller, so I was able to get a lot of those fish that I was missing. But I probably got maybe 13 fish or so on the jetty, and then yeah, probably more than that on the 110, just because it has a bit more, I guess, attractive for the smaller fish. But no real giants today. I did get that 15-incher, and that was about it in terms of quality surf perch, but the bite was definitely on. If I would have stayed in that one spot where I was getting them really good, if I were to stay in that spot, I think I could have caught another 10 to 15 out of that spot, but I just kept on wanting to move and see if I can run into a school of some larger fish, possibly a halibut, possibly some striper. But anyway, again, just any day that you're out, catching fish is a bonus. Being out here is always an amazing time. If you guys want to see the last episode where I came out with Leroy and a couple other buddies and we caught some halibut, or a halibut, I'll leave that right up here. And then if you guys want to see more October fishing, I'll just leave the playlist for October right there so you can see what we were getting into around this time of year. We'll catch you guys on the next episode.